glass and filling it with Coke about 2/3 of the way. Then I'm taking some bleach and I'm using it to top up the glass. I gave it a stir with a skewer and sat back to see what happens. You can watch it becoming clearer and clearer. The dark colour of the Coke has pretty much completely disappeared. The whole thing took about 5 minutes. There is a small yellowy tinge, but you would never imagine it was 2/3 full of Coke. Of course, you must not drink this and dispose of it carefully. This time I decided to pour the bleach in first. I poured the Coke on top, and pretty much the same thing happened. The bleach has stripped out all the colour from the Coke. For the next one, I'm taking this piece of thick paper and I'm using some scissors to cut it into a sort of pointy boat shape. Then I cut out a thin channel running up the centre of the boat, like this. Next we need to take a tray and tip in a pool of water. To propel the boat, we're only going to be using washing up liquid. Place the boat onto the water and apply 1 drop of soap onto the end of the channel in the middle of the boat. The moment the soap touches the water, the boat shoots off. Once it's got to the other side though, it doesn't really come back. And even if we dab a bit more soap into the channel, nothing really happens. To reuse it, we need to change the water, removing any trace of soap. Or do it again on a fresh tray. This time I made this really small version of the boat to see how well that works. I put it in and applied my drop of soap. And off it goes. Pretty cool, huh? Adding a drop of washing up liquid breaks down the water's surface tension and creates enough force to push the boat across the surface. Once the surface tension has been broken down, you can't do it again, so you need to replace the water. For this one, I'm using a champagne flute, pouring in some baby oil, and adding a splash of water, which sinks to the bottom. I'm also adding a couple of drops of food colouring. And then giving it a stir. This is going to be our DIY lava lamp in a glass. To activate it, I'm using an Alka-Seltzer tablet. I took one out and snapped off just a little bit. Drop it in the glass and watch what happens. It doesn't take long before the coloured liquid starts rising to the top. Then it drops back down to the bottom in a kind of cycle. If you want to, you can add a drop more water to it, and more of the tablet. And you can see that a frothy head is developing at the top of the glass. Try to leave enough space so it doesn't trickle over. It looks really pretty,